Islam's coming to America.
Islam's coming to America?
Yeah, it's coming.
Wait, is this going to be
One day, America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country. Our goal is to make America Islam.
Really?
What do you mean?
If you hang a poster in there, in your store, whether it's private property or not, you cannot put a poster up there.
No, why are you twisting the words?
No, listen.
Show me where it says anti.
Islamic overreach in the US is increasing at a neck-breaking speed, such as never seen before, and that means only one thing: violence. Let's begin in Ohio. Late at night, two journalists were walking through the Global Mall in Columbus when they noticed these signs on the wall that read, "No ICE." It's simple words, but the heavy meaning behind it is more shocking than it seems. It's a message that openly pushes against U.S. immigration law.
Hey, we thought that the poster was very interesting. It says no ICE.
No eyes for what? Who are you, sir?
Who are you? My name?
Yeah.
My name is Anthony Rubin.
You're racist, you're evildoers, you're bad Christians, you're bad Jewish, you're terrorists.
As soon as they take photos of the sign, the mood changes. A group of Somali men surrounds them in a narrow hallway. And then this Imam says something that shocks the journalists out of their wits.
I'm anti-Islam. You hate Islam.
I hate Islam.
You're haters of Islam. Islam's coming to America.
Islam's coming to America?
Yeah, it's coming.
Wait, is this going to be
One day, America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country.
Really?
Tell Trump.
That's never going to happen.
Yes, it will
That is
happen.
never going to happen.
God is powerful.
It's never going to happen. Is that what you want?
God is powerful.
Is that what everybody here wants? You want to see
That's
a Muslim
what
country?
we are. Our goal is to make America Islam.
Really?
Islamic state.
It's never going to happen.
Yes. God is powerful.
It's never going to happen.
You control the heart of Americans. God guides whom He wills.
Over my dead body will this become an Islamic
يريدون ليطفئوا نور الله بأفواههم
like this.
والله متم نوره ولو كره الكافرون. You're killers.
I have a question for you. Can I ask you a
Yes.
question? You said that America's going to be an Islamic place.
It will be one day.
Here's my question.
Yes.
Does
The promise of Allah.
Here's my question. Do all the other Somalis here feel the same way?
We believe that the believers will overcome the wicked ones. I am from Somalia. And Trump said Somalia is garbage. It's not.
What follows next is a familiar explosion of slurs. The words escalate fast, as if they somehow deciphered the men were there for a combat. The man insists God is on his side, that believers will overcome everyone else. You can almost feel the certainty in his voice, not just faith but entitlement.
ولله العزة ولرسوله وللمؤمنين.
Look at this face. Look at this face. They are harassing our community.
I have not harassed you.
Every time. They have been there for the other daycare.
Go ahead.
Guys, if you recognize these two faces, give them a
Then something interesting happens when an army veteran steps in.
You have like family that goes back in Ohio? Like way back? Like how far back does it go?
Well before the Revolutionary War.
And so how do you feel about all this?
I'm a veteran of the United States Army. I swore an oath to protect the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That includes the First Amendment, the freedom of the press, and the freedom of speech. It also means that I swore an oath to defend American law.
100%.
The American law says that if people are in this country illegally, we have the right to remove them. There's a poster in there that says anti-ICE. That is advocating for the violation of United States law.
See?
Amen.
Beautifully said.
So what do you say, sir?
I said, that poster in there, if it says no ICE, that is advocating for the violation of United States law. If people who are not American citizens don't like that law, you're free to leave.
Can you show me where that sign says we are anti-ICE? Can you show me?
It says no ICE, man. That's an anti-immigration
This is
enforcement.
No
Right.
ICE, that's
No,
anti-ICE.
that's a private property. But no one said we are anti-ICE. No one said.
That's what the poster
We
says.
respect the law
Come on,
enforcement.
you can read between the lines,
We
dog.
respect the law enforcement.
That's not correct. You
Sir.
are not correct.
What do you mean?
If you hang a poster in there, in your store, whether it's private property or not, You cannot put a poster up there.
No, why are you twisting the words?
No, listen.
Show me where it says anti.
No punches are thrown, but the damage is done. The moment is on camera. And the message is clear. When someone says they don't recognize the law, they usually say it out loud eventually.
Show me. Can you show me? Can you show me?
Yeah, I'm gonna speak for him because he's on duty. He's not gonna say this, and I understand it.
Welcome,
Here's the
eyes.
issue.
Eyes.
Here's the issue. You guys come to the United States of America. Great. You know what? Good for you. I'm glad you got. Where'd you come from? Somalia?
3.5.
I'm glad you got out of Somalia or wherever you came from. I wouldn't want to be there either. But then you guys hang these posters that say no ICE. It's so disrespectful.
That's false information. And giving false information is a crime. It's a crime.
What's the false information?
False information.
What's the false
It is
information?
a crime. Defamation. Crime.
That breaks my heart what you just said. They've been here since before the revolution. And this is what the fuck happened.
I'm pissed. I am pissed. Fucking people like this come into this country and defraud this country. And this goes against everything that I fucking gave 11 years of my life for.
As painful as it is, this isn't an isolated incident at all. Because what this Imam does next is worse. He doesn't dance around the issue. He says it plainly.
Sending Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was not only to establish justice in one small area of the globe in Arabia. It was to make this system, al-Islam, prevail over the entire globe. So when Allah said, لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ, to make it prevail over the whole deen, is to make it prevail over the entire man-made systems and ways of lives, all put together. Whether it is liberal democracy, whether it is communism, whether it is socialism, whatever way of life invented by man, Allah's way should prevail over that. The Izzah of Islam, what is the Izzah of the believers today? So we need to struggle to bring back the glory of Allah, the glory of Islam. Anything that contravenes the Sharia, la sam'a wa la ta'a. We will not listen.
There's no confusion here. No misunderstanding. Just a straight line drawn between religious authority and rejection of American law. How debased and absurd.
Iman is an ideology. It manifests itself in Islam. Islam is a complete political, social, economic system. They boast that their economic system is better than the Islamic economic system. They boast that their social structures are better than our social structure. No. We are way superior.
Once someone says that, the problem isn't hypothetical anymore. It's practical. Who decides the rules? Who enforces them? And what happens when two systems collide? That question hovers in the air as we move to Staten Island, New York, where Islamic lawlessness takes on a whole new level.
Just 2 days ago, Mahmoud Khalil, a student of Columbia University, in the middle of the night, Department of Homeland Security, in collaboration with ICE, raided his apartment. The reason why he was targeted, as the White House puts out just this morning, the White House puts his picture on the front cover in collaboration with the President of the United States, Donald Trump, mentioning Shalom Mahmoud. This is the country that we live in, brothers and sisters. The President of the United States is saying goodbye in Hebrew to a young Colombian activist, a negotiator during the Colombia protests. Why? Because they claim that he was anti-Semitic, when all he did was stand up against the genocide in Gaza, like many of all of us here today. Now more than ever, it is time to protect our...
You might think this Imam in a New York mosque is preaching to his congregation, but listen closely, he's telling them what crimes to commit if the government comes to them.
It is time for us to know our rights, and you'll be seeing it posted across our pages on our centers. Know your rights by not opening the door for immigration officials. Know your rights by understanding what it means to see a judge warrant. Know your rights by knowing the Council on American Islamic Relations phone number like the back of your head. If immigration officials ever come to our door, Mass Staten Island is prepared to tell them no. Are you of that community that is willing to hide, willing to sanction, willing to protect your brothers and sisters against all harm? As we look to Gaza, as we look to Syria, as we look to Lebanon and we look to our countries.
Think about that for a moment. He's not saying know your rights. He's saying avoid the system entirely. That creates a closed circle, where authority flows inward and accountability flows nowhere.
Say that they are committing and putting their entire lives on the line. They are being tested, the true test. I ask you, brothers and sisters, do you not think that this is a test as well? Tomorrow, there is a protest being held in Lower Manhattan. It is against everything that the Trump administration and Mayor Eric Adams stands for. We stand with that protest.
And that's just in New York. Guess what happens in the upper Midwestern state, where a Muslim convert was arrested for no reason?
I came here to speak at Pastor Miguel's church. He was advertising for my coming, and he got threats from Somali population here to kill him, and they threatened to kill me and him. I spoke at his church on Saturday, I think it was August 25th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And then after the church, one of his elders and his 14-year-old son, they asked me to go to the mall, and I went to the mall. And we had no plan to advertise or to evangelize or to solicit or to give anything away. We just, walked into the mall to see the mall. And we ran to these Somalis, and we had a private conversation, casual conversation. How are you? Where are you from? I always do that. I always talk to people in the airport, in the airplane. I always talk to people. And so I was talking to these people, a casual conversation. Where are you from? They asked me where I'm from. I told them I'm originally from Iran. And they said, oh, are you a Muslim? I said, I used to be. I'm a Christian now. They say, oh, what happened? Why did you change? Why did you leave such a great Islam, And I was giving my testimony that I was, broken.
This ex-Muslim turned Christian pastor, Ramin Parsa, didn't know the danger awaiting when he started sharing testimonies of how he was arrested for leaving Islam.
To God, and I heard about Jesus. I told them my testimony. And as I was speaking, another Muslim who was not a part of the conversation, she heard me. She just looked like Ilhan Omar. And she went and told the guard that, I don't know what she told her, what she told the guard, and the guard came and told me, hey guys, you cannot talk religion here, you cannot solicit here. And 3 guards waiting for me at the door of the coffee shop, and they asked me to leave immediately. And I said, why? They said, because you are soliciting. And I was telling him, no, I'm not soliciting here. And that's when they grabbed my coffee and they handcuffed both my hands. And they took me to the basement of the mall.
The incident he's narrating happened at Minnesota's Mall of America, a place that is usually termed Ilhan Omar's Minnesota for strange reasons.
Handcuffed both my hands to a metal chair bolted to the ground. And I could not believe that this is happening to me in this country. And then I asked them for water. They said, we'll make a deal with you. If you allow us to take your picture, we'll give you water. This is the Mall of America in Minnesota. And I told them I'm a pastor, you're making a mistake. And they said, oh, we arrested pastors before. See, because nobody spoke up before, that's why they said we arrested pastors before. And I'm telling you that we have to stand up for our rights in this nation or you lose it. And it gets to a point that it's too late. We just heard Ilhan Omar's bigotry against the Jewish nation and against Israel.
Even the police mocked his faith, saying he's not a real pastor. Although the charges were later dropped, the wrongful arrest shows undue Islamic influence, gun control enabling such acts.
You said that you were on vacation and now you're moving this small child to the airport. I thought you were on vacation. Ma'am, I thought you were on vacation. What happened to that? Do you have any comment about children that have gone missing that you've helped to escort across the country?
Excuse me, is this MDM? No. We have footage here that a lot of these children don't know the sponsors that they are going to. What's going on? There's kids in the car here. They're moving these kids.
In this investigative clip, undercover journalists are about to expose a child trafficking operation at McAllen International Airport in Texas around 5 a.m., indirectly linked to Islamic overreach in the area.
This is the MVM headquarters that we are currently at. There are kids in this van right here that they are moving. There's somebody that's going to come out. Let's see what they have to say. Hey, are you a manager here? Hey, we've spoken to some of these children and they tell us that they don't know a lot of times the sponsors that they're going to. Do you have any comment on that at all?
No, I don't.
This is MVM, correct?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Excuse me. What's going on here? There they go. And notice they got out of here in such a hurry that they just left their bags here. Think about that. They got out of here. We don't even know what's in those bags. They just left them there and they took off in the van in such a hurry because that's how secret this operation is. They do not want you to know what is going on. That van that we just confronted, they are now taking off. We are following them. We believe that they're taking these kids to the airport. We have talked to some of these children that you guys escort, and some of these children have told us that their friends don't know the sponsors that they're going to. Are you okay with that? Excuse me, why are you all wearing masks? Do you have any comment on that? Why are you hiding your identity? Do you have any shame, sir? There's still time to redeem yourself. Would you like to see the footage that we caught of the girl and what's going on?
The journalist then approaches a Border Patrol agent, who confirms involvement in transporting children but deflects details.
Were their IDs even checked just there? Were their IDs even just checked? Who checked their IDs? I didn't see any ID check just there. There was no ID check. Right. Why weren't their IDs checked? If I was going to go here...
I can't talk to you about that.
I'm going to ask you, why do you guys ID American citizens when those children can't do you guys an ID them?
I'm not going to say anything on camera.
Are a lot of the kids coming over here, are they trafficked, or like what's the...
Some are. I'm not going to lie. Some are.
Does that happen a lot, that the kids come over here with a totally fake name?
It has.
Yeah?
I mean, there's no way for us to verify.
And so they come over here with a fake name and then they just come up with one. They just get a brand new identity. They could be anybody.
Have you seen the movie?
Sound of Freedom?
Yeah, Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Exactly like that. Shit happens.
You guys get the kids coming over here with the notes that are attached to them with the addresses, right? And a lot of times those addresses lead to like a sex trafficker or something, right? That's legit.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit that we can't tell.
What's the issue though? Why can't you guys talk on camera?
It's the policies that we have, the things that we can and can't say.
But why don't they want you talking on camera?
Politics.
Politics. What, like making the administration look bad? Or?
Yeah.
Damn.
Honestly, though, I really wish there was more people like you.
Yeah.
Exposing this shit.
Yeah.
Because it sucks. It truly is a horrible thing.
Yeah.
It is a horrible thing. But me, I can't do that.
You could blow the whistle on it.
No, I can't.
You could, but you're going to lose your job.
Yeah.
Inside the airport again, crews lead lines of kids through security and gates, with one handler telling a child to follow him to Israel.
You work for MVM, and MVM is an organization that has moved thousands of...
I don't work for MVM.
You do not work for MVM?
I'm on vacation.
We've now landed in Houston, and it appears as if MVM has requested a police escort because they don't want media exposing what they're doing. But if you look, they have all of the kids wearing masks and they have them keeping their head down. All of the kids wearing masks, keeping their head down. They're telling them to hide their face. Many of these kids go missing. You said that you were on vacation and now you're moving this small child to the airport. I thought you were on vacation. Ma'am, I thought you were on vacation. What happened to that? Do you have any comment about children that have gone missing that you've helped to escort across the country?
This raw, hidden camera expose aims to reveal exploitation of migrant kids, ending poorly for the operatives as their activities are documented and publicized. But here's where things get uncomfortable, because the next incident shows the other side of the failure.
Relax, dude.
Calm down, calm down.
Leave him alone. Relax. He's not going to help you right now, dude. So relax. Relax, dude. Stop moving. Stop resisting, you understand? I'm going to have to hobble tie you, so just relax, dude. Stop moving, dude. Stop moving. You're not going anywhere, bro.
Please.
Stop moving.
This black Muslim man was pinned down by police. Instead of professionalism, he's mocked. The officer even tells him Allah won't help him. Clearly we don't endorse this kind of violence of any faith, but the more intolerance keeps growing, the more ugly incidents like this happen. Let's hear from you in the comments. Thanks for watching.